Hey, and I say black is black and I'm all of that. Full blown nigga, dark and fat. Big nose, snappy head. Always eating chicken at the family cookout. Nothing wrong with that. You see, I'm dealing with these stereotypes that make us a life. Right or wrong, dealing with black and white. Don't get along with assumptions, right? Now, am I wrong if I assume to me Satan in this holy light? Heavenly Father, forgive my soul like I told you so. I done died a couple of times, man, my Holy Ghost. I done tried a couple lines until I overdosed. Now everybody know the flow is dope. See what I'm talking is real life.
I'd like to welcome you to the Motherfucking World Games Podcast in the Word. I like that. I like a good sound effect.
Right now.
Especially when you bring it out yourself. You don't even use the technology. You know, very 90s vibes. I love those.
You guys are ready
vibes.
for it, but just in case.
Give us more. Give us more. We have the great, the amazing,
Illustrious.
the phenomenal.
Phenomenon.
All right, guys.
If you need an event, this is the lady you need.
She brought over 2 bottles of champagne.
Let's not forget that. Always nice. Shevonne Goree, make some fucking noise.
Hey, everybody. What up?
I love a good intro. She was acting shy like 20 seconds ago. Now,
I'm a little nervous. This is like lights, camera, action. It's big time.
Lights, camera, action. No, it's all good. It's good. It's actually kind of really hot in here, and the Remy is flowing. But we have a super live producer extraordinaire.
Wow.
Yes, that's what you are. Black
Definitely
Girls
we
Rock.
are.
Black Girls Rock. You know.
Go down the list, Charles.
I wasn't gonna do what I was gonna wait till we get to the that part, but I just had to
That's a rock.
That's
me up. Hey.
had to throw it out there for her. Let them girls know,
Oh, thanks,
I'm
guys.
like,
As the kids would say.
so when we come here, we start normally. Bottles are popped.
I'm professional.
We go not as professional as you think. We go
They
through
were
people's
empty.
life stories.
They were
We
empty.
talk about people. You get to know the fans. You've never been here before. They don't.
not.
They don't
Thanks
know
for
you.
having me.
I'm about to say they don't know you.
What's up, gang?
So tell them a little bit about you, about where you're from, who you are, and what makes you such an amazing person.
Well, hey, everyone. My name's Shevonne. I'm from here, the DMV area, Bowie. Born and raised.
Yes.
What makes me such a wonderful person? What was your question?
I mean, you're just good. You're
Good
good.
heart.
You're just good vibes. At one point I thought you were from Pittsburgh.
Wow, so my dad's from Pittsburgh, so that's why I'm a Steelers fan, and we're actually going to Pittsburgh. Shout out Lauren, her birthday's coming up at the beginning of the year, but yeah, used to frequent Pittsburgh a lot. That's probably why.
I'm about to say, did you you got any good memories of Pittsburgh as a kid?
Man, yeah, of course. Like, my grandma's from there. She used to live on this hill, and then, like, our aunt used to live right up that hill from that, and it's just good family times and vibes that we used to spend up there. A lot of times when I was a kid, I got in a lot of trouble one time with my dad, actually, on the way up there, so it's always a good time in Pittsburgh, yeah. I haven't been in a while, though.
Oh, so you're going back, though, you said?
Yeah, I celebrate my homegirl's birthday. He's actually from Pittsburgh, which is very random. You guys cheers?
Are we cheersing to the champagne, or because I have both? So
We're not.
So-
We're not letting you cheers with the
we're
Ruby.
cheersing to the champagne.
It's not happening.
We want to thank Shevonne for bringing the champagne.
Yeah, of
And
course.
just setting the vibes, Black Girls Rock. Woo.
Cheers to that.
So you were born and raised in the DMV area, but you got ties to Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. Why did you decide you were going to do what you currently do? Because you are a production manager
I am.
at Viacom.
I am.
And with that being said, you have had a journey to get there. You didn't just happen to get there overnight.
I did not.
So before you get to all the working part,
Okay.
what was it like growing up? Like you said, you were from here. Did you always know you wanted to do that? Did you watch the MTV Awards as a kid and oh my God, I love that?
Actually, I didn't. When I was younger, I wanted to be a teacher, and then I wanted to be a child psychologist.
Okay.
So random. I even have a picture of me talking to a little kid on a laid out. I drew it when I was a kid. Very random. I actually had no idea I wanted to do this. When I went off to Morgan, it was pick something. What do you want to do? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, because after a while you have to choose your major and all of that. And they're like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And I'm like, I don't know. So I just like chose communications major and then fell in love with it randomly. And yeah, now I'm here. Well, no, that's not the end of the story.
I get it. This is why
Yeah.
we're here to help you.
Yeah.
Lead you there.
Got it. Okay.
Morgan.
Okay.
What was the Morgan experience like? Shout out to all the HBCU grads.
Shout out, yeah.
Shout out HBCU
Because
grads.
Morgan was lit. I mean, it was a
Tell
great
me
time.
more.
No, Morgan was a great time.
HBCU is really what they say they is.
I had the best time in Morgan.
Okay.
Like, it was just a good time. Me and my homegirls just running around, not really
Me
doing
and
much.
my homegirls.
Running through the six of my woes.
Pretty much. No, seriously, shout out Kenzie. Like, come on, no.
What's your best Baltimore story? I don't want to about Morgan. You're just like, we're hanging out in Baltimore having a good time.
Baltimore. So, I mean, there's a lot of stories.
The ones that's not going to get you in trouble with your mother.
Well, we might skip it.
Next question.
Actually, what's that one now? Can I get that one? The one
No,
you're about
Mom. Cause she did actually was like, am I gonna be able? Is this live? So she is gonna want to.
I was definitely going to ask his mom going to watch this.
She said
Shout
she
out to her.
was.
I
So
love
now,
that.
love you, Mom.
So we're not gonna
We
go
won't
there.
take it there.
I respect it. We know what the streets of Baltimore can do.
Yeah, Baltimore is a good time though, for sure.
All right, but what about Morgan?
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Bob. Did you do something at Morgan that made you like? You said you fell in love with communication at Morgan, but there's like a certain class, a teacher.
There was a class. So, oh my God, I can't remember the professor's name, which is crazy. It started with a B. Bembry, I want to say. Really handsome dude. That's probably why I was interested, first of all.
Black man?
Yes, he was. He was tall, he had glasses. He worked for ESPN. Like, he was a good guy. I think it was Bembry. And so I was already like, locked in because he was fine, right? And then it was like an audio class. Okay. Right? So I'm there. We had all the big Macs, whatever. And it was just like cutting together sound. And then like, I mean, obviously, you think you know behind the scenes stuff until you actually start doing it, right? And so I was putting together something and I just noticed that you can, like right now probably, like, you can like see all the sound waves up and down moving, and you can take something out, like, I didn't mean to say, you can cut something out if you didn't mean to say it. And I just got so amused by that.
I wish that happened here.
You can cut things out.
It doesn't happen.
Okay. Very raw. We love it. That's how you got to keep it sometimes. Okay. So I think then when I got into that and I saw that, I guess I was like, that's pretty dope. Like, what else does this do? Like,
So that was your introduction, audio.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting.
Yeah, I was doing radio first. I interned at a radio station at Morgan, which was dope. It was a jazz station. Yeah. This guy, shout out to Bassman. He has a really deep voice. He's like one of those. Yeah, tune in. Like, he was a cool guy. I worked under him. So
did you learn a lot about jazz during this time? Like, did you come to like jazz artists and things of that nature?
Definitely just asked if you were a jazz fan before this.
Did you?
I did, but I'm monotone, so it happens.
You asked me that, brother. I did not hear that at all.
It's all right. It's all
so
good.
I'm not like a kind of.
Charles heard me and he asked it in a different way.
Sorry, I just leaning over this way a little more.
It is okay. It's all right. So were you a jazz fan beforehand?
I was not. I mean, I was, everyone in R&B, hip hop type of woman. And then honestly, I'm not like a huge. What just happened there? Okay, not like a huge jazz person. Like, I'm not necessarily gonna throw it on, but like I did learn a lot because I had to like organize like CDs, like Robert Glasper and like that type of thing. So it was pretty cool. I did learn a lot there. It was man. Because you have to do like the internship to get like credits or whatever.
Yeah.
So
this is actually for school.
It was for school. Yeah.
Wow. Actually.
Yeah.
When did you transition into your, I guess, what you would say, your career life? Like maybe that first internship or that first job.
Before you answer that, when did you become aware of the position that is now your job?
When did I like find out like, you can do this as a job?
Mm-hmm.
I guess. So when I moved to Atlanta, which is crazy because that was a while after school, right? Like, moved to Atlanta and I worked with this guy. His name is Khalil. Shout out Khalil. Imagine World Studios he owns a studio. It's great. So I worked under him for a long time, maybe like not that long, maybe like 6 months to a year. And it was just so many just moving parts because at that point I had no idea. About the industry. So I just learned so much under him. It was sound guys, it was DPs, it was all this, it was just a position for everything. You needed a runner to go grab cards from the camera guy, give it to the editor. It was so much stuff. So he taught me a lot, actually, when I worked with him. So I guess that's when I became aware of that job. I guess, yeah.
And Charles, what was your question?
I'm actually going to come back. Let's talk about Atlanta.
Oh,
Charles.
You said...
shout out to Kristen. She over there, Atlanta.
You said, like, you went to Atlanta so you graduated in 2015 from Morgan. Mm-hmm. When did you get to Atlanta?
So not too long after that, 2015, I graduated, and then I think it was February of 2016. Lo called up me and the twins and was like, "Hey, like, y'all got to get down here. It's fire, like Atlanta, Young Black Hollywood." And we were like, "All right, cool."
How simple as that?
Yeah. So February we moved down.
Real friends.
Yeah, it was fun. We all were just chilling, waitressing. We didn't have much to do at that time, so we were with it. Broke to my mom and dad, like, "Hey, I'm out of here." They were like, "Really? Like, you grown?" So and then it became Atlanta.
What was those first couple months? Because you said you were waitressing. Like, what was it like doing that type of work in Atlanta, Black Hollywood? Because I don't know if it was what you imagine. Because people think they're gonna go down there and go pop off in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
And everything is gonna, they're gonna be living the lavish life. What was it like, bussing tables and having people maybe not be too nice to you?
So, our life wasn't as glamorous as all the bottom girls, waitresses. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. We worked at Red Robin, like when we very first got down there. But it was straight. Like, I really enjoyed being a waitress, and like, I thought we had fun doing it because we're people. I'm a people person. Always get to meet so many people, and so it was different. And I was waitressing before I moved down, so I already kind of knew. And honestly, it's fast money. It's great money, honestly. So it was, obviously, it's not, dream job. So we worked at Robin, and then we switched over to this spot called The Battery, which is right outside the Brave Stadium.
I was going to bring up, I have a great story.
Do you? I can't wait to hear it. About The Battery?
With you?
What? Tell me. I have the worst memory.
Was it 18 or 17?
17, wasn't it?
It was 2018.
2018. We come to Atlanta. I go get the rental car.
Might have been 17.
And I cannot.
I think it was.
I think it was.
I go get the rental car and I pick up P, and for some reason I cannot find my ID to save my life. I'm like, "Yo, where's my ID?" I'm frantic. I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna get on the plane back home." I'm really stressed out.
Oh no.
So we're like, "Yo, we can't make a move tonight because
I don't got my ID.
I ain't got no fucking ID." But we're like, "We do know someone in Atlanta." So we call Shevonne and we say, "What are you doing tonight?" You say something to the effects of, "I don't know, but you can come to my job." We're like, "Where the hell do you work?" Like, "I work at this bar."
Say less.
Say less. We're like, "All right, cool." He's like, and we're like, "But look, Charles is like, can you get you?" "Oh, of course, just come." I'm like, "All right." So if someone tells you to come to a bar, you think you're just going, "Nah, bro."
That's crazy.
We go to the stadium, so I'm like, "Where is this bar?" Because we're literally pulling up to the stadium. So I'm like, "All right, this is interesting." We park.
I feel like the time y'all went was definitely baseball season.
Oh yeah. Baseball season was about to end. Yeah, so it was like September. It was like September. So
Stupid over there.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Because the Braves was in the playoffs that year.
We're walking around. We're doing stuff,
I'm a baseball fan.
and next thing you know, we get to the spot, and I'm like, "Yo, it's like 3 floors. There's like people are playing beer pong. It's like it's like a fucking people. I'm like, "Yo, this is like a college." I'm like, "Yo, we might as well just stay here all night."
Yeah.
We get in. She's like, "Come through." Bartender, her friend, like, "Oh, drinks." I'm like, "Oh, people are giving us drinks now." So now we're getting. This is great. Like, no ID, be fucking.
Love it here.
Don't need. Love it here.
Free my middle name, chick.
Bro,
remember that.
and we're just having a great ass time.
That's
I think it ends with the next day my ID being left on the back of the trunk of the rental car.
Oh my gosh. I never knew that into that.
So yeah.
So did you find it or did
No,
it fall off?
someone found it and put it on the back of the rental car.
That's wow, good people.
So shout out to Atlanta.
Yeah.
I've always had good vibes in
That
Atlanta.
place was really fun. They
That was
had
a-
this huge TV. It was a great time. We had so much fun working there, Kristen. We really did.
Nah, she was a great host too. Like,
Listen.
great vibes.
Come to Atlanta, like.
I'm definitely trying to go to Atlanta soon.
Come on. I'm always like, come to Atlanta, like, Death Row, like.
I know. Man.
No, seriously.
Tired of your city, your hotel. If bars ain't popping enough,
I'm always trying to get people to come to Atlanta.
The streets
It's a
not
great
black
time.
enough.
the niggas ain't here like that. I gotta be Atlanta.
That's right.
That's how it goes. That's
No,
the pitch.
seriously, yes.
The jump not jumping enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
You like the way I read that.
I was just giving her pitch. I didn't know this was your pitch. I was trying to be her.
bro.
Okay. So, but let's get to the glamorous part, the working part. So when do you transition from being a waitress to actual doing?
Viacom.
Because it wasn't Viacom. It was somewhere else first, before Viacom.
So,
Well, I guess they own Viacom, or Viacom owns them. I don't know how that works.
yeah, so I did a lot of PA work. One of my homegirls, Sarah G, shout out to Sarah G because I wouldn't be here without you. But like she basically, she's an actress, right? And she was she was PAing and stuff, you know. And so she was like, aren't you trying to get in the industry? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, great. I can help you. So this guy, she knew, he was hired. He was the coordinator or something like that at the time, needed PAs. And so he hired me as a PA, and it was like me working on the social awards. I don't even know if y'all know what that is.
It's a BET award show.
It's a BET award show. It was super we only did it for 2 years, and it's like social media based.
It was
right?
all
So it's
influencers
about-
and shit like that.
Right.
I'm glad that didn't last.
It was like 2000.
It was fun.
It was like
a fun
14,
show,
15,
though.
right? 15, 16, around that
Yeah,
time.
no, it was like 16,
They don't
17,
need
or
any more
17, 18.
information.
It was like King Pharaoh. What was it? One of those guys. Randomly, I watched one of them, like the first one. I don't
It
know
was
why.
really fun. It was fun.
That's
It was
cute.
cool. Like social media. No, don't do that.
Don't be on there.
This one, like TikTok. This was when like Vine was still a thing.
Once my Twitter
So
got
like y'all
deleted,
was
I
having
like,
Vine. I
fuck
remember
this.
y'all was having like Vine,
Vine still a thing?
or it was Vine was still in the people's conscious.
For sure.
Like people still knew about Vine.
Mine is still.
Because that was before Instagram stories.
Exactly.
And all
So
that
like
shit.
It was.
people knew.
Yeah.
So y'all had those type of people. I was like,
Because
what?
once Instagram stories
It's like,
came
what the
out,
fuck is this
Vine
guy with
died.
300,000 followers? Who, like, why he got
You gotta
followers?
show love to the people.
I
You
felt that.
got to.
I wrote that.
So yeah, it was a fun show though.
They
We
didn't
shot
need an
it.
award show though.
It was a lot of fun. Like you gotta give people your shine. You know, if you can.
You ever had that 5 seconds of fame? All right, my bad. We getting off track.
Listen, take it easy,
My
brother.
bad.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, tell him. Tell him.
it's-
He needs to be told about
No,
himself
it was a good
sometimes.
time, and it was celebrities there too. Like Soulja Boy came one year, like that year when he was
First rapper to do
straight.
everything.
Huh?
First rapper to do everything.
Right, exactly.
That nigga was on live with himself today. Continue.
And then like the double
Yeah,
screen.
he had 2 different jumps set up and he was with himself. And I was like, this nigga is
Absolutely not.
ridiculous.
No,
To each his own, but I respect it.
I can't. Mm-mm.
So after the social was that was your first experience?
That was my. Let me think. That was my first experience as a PA. Yeah, it was.
A
And that
live
was,
event.
Yeah,
What? Wow.
it was great. No, it was great because like
You're
the
vicious.
industry. It's all about word of mouth. It's like who you know. Like I know her. She's a good worker. Just hire her. It's literally all it is. Like before I like got into that, I was sending resumes out, and you know what I mean. Like I was waitressing. Trying to like sending out resumes, trying to get people, networking and all that. And I'm like, yo, like I literally do not know how to do it because it was just very hard to get in the industry. Like I was so depressed as a waitress, like crying in the walk-in freezer. People trying to like grab the sauce behind me. I'm like, this is awful. Like I'm never gonna get out of this. But yeah, you literally have to know people.
This is a real true Hollywood
Listen,
story.
kids, it gets better. It gets better.
True Hollywood
I
story.
spent like an entire summer super depressed,
But
like thinking like I moved here for nothing. Like it was really hard actually. Like when I first got
Mom.
down.
But you know why we wanted to have people like you on? Because like I think people need to hear that. Like I think people sometimes are like, oh, people just do that. Like no, like this has been like a kind of like a 7-year journey to get to where you're at today.
Oh yeah.
And like you said, sometimes it's crying in the freezer at work.
I was a lot too. A lot. It's actually
Hold on, so when you're crying in the freezer over like a
don't tell
burger,
anyone.
like what do your like coworkers say? Are they like, what's wrong with her? Is she crying again, or is it
Well,
just like?
I wouldn't.
Keep it the
I
fuck
was
moving.
like, discreet with it. I wasn't like, ugh, and then someone walking out, I just keep crying. Like if I see the door open, I'd be like, together, or start crying in the bathroom, or Like, the bitch was crying. Like, I was sad.
Was there one day where you were like, yo, I was just crying? Thinking about it, you were like, yo, I was just crying. Like,
There's countless of days. Wow, I can't believe I'm telling y'all this.
I love this. We're good like that. We're
But
you know, we're fun to talk to.
yeah, it was hard to get in there, and I was like, after a while, because I had a homegirl whose mom was like, "Hey, like, what's your backup plan? Because you're probably not gonna get into this industry, right?" No, dead ass. And when she said that,
Look at her now, goddammit. Fuck you talking about?
Relax, calm down. That's somebody's
Some mean
mother.
ass shit though.
It
no,
was.
she was
Hey, your mother hating on a
I
child.
mean, that's true. We talk about that on the
Grown
side.
woman.
We
son.
talk about that on the
You better
side.
worry about what the hell you got worried. Don't you got mortgage going on? The hell? Talking about my plan B. So what's yours?
no, thanks. You know what? Thanks for that.
I got you.
Because that was literally before, like,
Stuff it along.
I
Stuff
was
it
a
along.
kid.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, that was so funny,
appreciate
but so true.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck you worry about me for? I'm a child. I'm your child's friend. And you worry about what the fuck I got going on? What your child got going on, first of all?
See, that's why you always taking it too far. Always.
You are a parent first.
So
You like believe in your dreams and
Yeah, like, you're supposed to add me up. I'm amping your child up.
I mean, I guess she was being
And then
honest
she just
too,
come
though.
over here with that bullshit.
listen, we passed that now. Though.
My bad, man.
So
I did Kirk. Nah, I Kirk for you though.
Thank you. I
My bad. Hating ass shit.
I appreciate
That was
that.
some hating ass shit,
it
Charles.
was. I agree with you.
She probably was just giving like tough
Exactly.
love.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like she didn't mean it out of like.
Did it motivate you though?
No, it actually hurt. I was like, damn, that's right.
Damn, Shevonne.
No, I was a kid when she told me that. I was like, damn, you know, like.
Maybe she's worried.
Yeah.
Why did I come out
Come
here?
on, son. No.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's
We're
all
past
good.
that.
We're past
Yeah,
that.
we
That's what
here
I'm
now.
saying.
We here now.
We're here now.
We had the company that own companies.
Yeah.
It's true. It's long. Everything you're saying is true. I hate that. I'm about to because I'm laughing a lot too. It's a lot.
I
So
try my best not to lie no more.
That's good. Yeah, we're getting in that age. You know, just tell the truth.
No, for sure. A law guy, I mean.
So you get to the point where word of mouth, and you say you're PAing. You're still waitressing at this time as well, though.
Yes, because you know you cannot pay the bills as a PA. If you can, so that's dope.
So what does that look like? The grind of working as both a PA and then like, hey, I gotta clock in and like serve these burgers.
Oh, you know, back then we burnt the end. What did they say? You burn the candle on both ends for sure. Like we waitressed like all night and day, and then we partied, and then we got up and did it again. We were a part of that.
I'm sorry.
Like,
I know we're not trying to,
Right?
but I need the X or the edited version of a great Atlanta party night. Please give me a story. Like one of your we're waitressing and PAing.
Hey, Mom,
we're
I know you
going back
watching
and
this, but
forth.
you know what I'm saying?
Tell me. And you
Turn
can
it
edit it.
down
You
for
can
this
be like, oh wait.
I mean, it wasn't. It's not like.
It's not Baltimore.
No, Vondo was a different beast. I think we all know that.
All right.
But no,
Just had to make sure.
stop bringing up Vondo, please.
That shit was that lit?
Joe, let her finish, bro.
My bad.
No, so yeah, we partied a lot. Like, there's
weed.
not really
The weed.
any stories like stand out to you, Chris.
There we go.
Josephine Sundays.
Yeah, we did a lot.
Oh, y'all was at Josephine?
You know Josephine's?
I know about it.
You don't know Josephine's? Like we know it.
Not
You don't know
Whatever
I
reason.
have not been to Atlanta as an adult yet.
You have to.
So-
I'm not in that life anymore, so I can't really like.
But for whatever reason-
I know
like,
some
But for
bartenders.
whatever reason, Josephine Sunday.
Josephine Sundays. Literally though in Atlanta, there's something to do every single day. Monday, Tuesday, every day there's something to do. So literally, we would serve burgers and then turn into like these super hoes at night. We would, and we would
Wow.
great time.
Hold on, time out. I had to pause.
You shaking your head.
Listen, for Chris, my homegirls are here, Kristen, and for any woman,
My
like there
homegirls
was-
are here.
No, hold on. I have to pause you before you. That was one of the best quotes we've ever had on here.
Nah, for sure.
We were
We're
serving burgers and then we took super hoes.
What? Is this say solo episode?
This is amazing.
God damn.
This is amazing. Like, continue. I just wanted you to know that was one of the best
Shit
things
we
I've
said.
ever heard on this podcast. Ever.
High five.
In like 6 years,
God
nothing was
damn.
better than that. I mean, there's like 2 or 3 things, but that was like
Yeah.
top 5 things I've ever heard on
Yo,
here.
I
That was better than a mook rant.
Think about the visuals, like
Blueprint.
in a Chick-fil-A outfit to like don't close it
We
off.
were wearing cute little skirts with knee-high socks.
Charles ain't never been a Red Robin in the South.
No, we weren't wearing skirts at the bar. You were,
Never mind.
Shit.
yeah,
All right, I ain't
but
been
it was
there.
fun. It was fun.
It was a good time.
But yeah, no, seriously, we would leave the restaurant. We would go home, get ourselves together like hour tops. It'd be like 12:31, and we would leave the house and
Clubs
just
in Atlanta don't open till then.
exactly. Well, they're open at like 10ish, whatever. We would
they
get there
don't
like
stop.
1,
Not for the Super
1:30,
Hoes.
and then
I'm not saying not for the
exactly.
Super Bowl.
No, I don't know. Like,
Not for y'all. Not the upper echelon.
Club open at midnight for the Super Bowl.
Obviously.
Regular host, 9 p.m.
y'all are laughing, but it's,
Oh, you
it's
trying to get it
no
for free? Say
serious-
less.
Exactly.
Super host? We just walk in.
No, like I just want.
I know.
I just want to.
You don't say super host for no reason.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, bro. You don't just drop that bomb on us.
An addiction is crazy
I
right
just want to
now.
make it clear that, like, when I say super hoes, I don't mean like we
So
were
we know
out
what you
there.
mean. We know what
but
you
we
mean.
were
We know what
just,
you mean.
we was
In a
cute,
very
and we was
respectful
doing
way.
our, we weren't
Yes.
like, oh, super hoeing it up.
No,
we
no,
were,
no, no, no.
we was
Like
anyway.
Atlanta now.
Like literally super hoe. Like super.
That's a reason.
I literally cannot.
I bet super hoe that hoe.
Uh-huh.
But no, yeah, so, and then I don't know how, I guess it was like a combination of Lo already, because Lo was there like a year before we got down there. It was a combination of like her being there and then like us just getting there. We just end up meeting so many like people and promoters, and we literally party for free every single night. It was just a great time. So definitely burn the candle on both ends. So it was easy. It was easy. Like after a while, it became a lot, like a full-time job, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot after a while.
Being sexy is a full-time job.
No, it is.
So you didn't go out one night, you was getting text like, hey, where you was at last night?
Yeah, they literally was like, why didn't you
Wow.
come out? It was Kristen can vouch, like, for real. It was mainly them.
I'm honestly
It was
tired
mainly-
of her shaking her head.
It
in the
must
back.
because she was
be
there,
nice.
she lived it. Like,
I know.
you know the truth.
Must
Yeah.
be nice.
Oh, it was a great time. It was. So, I said all that to say. Where was I even getting? How did I even get there?
Because you were burning both candles, working crazy.
Oh,
PA.
yeah. So, yeah, we were.
Man, you had 3 jobs. You was a super, a PA, and a waitress.
That's
That's alright.
That's alright.
Right?
That's alright.
Right? And then at the time, like, yo, we just had a great time. Our rent was like
wanna do
super
that.
cheap. We paid like $400 each to live in like this apartment. We literally were like, we just was having a great time. So,
Atlanta. I see what you've done for others.
we had a
You
really
probably made that in the night sometimes.
Oh man, what's double that? Like we
I'm
used to
already
make so
shocked.
much money at the Battery. Oh my god, it was crazy.
She go to work one night and be like, well, rent paid.
No, seriously, because we had this really nice. It was a 4-bedroom apartment, and it was so nice. That's
No, I'm already
that's
Atlanta
I'm always trying
real
to tell
estate is
people to
crazy.
just move to Atlanta. It was.
That shit's
It was
starting to hit
great.
different now though.
Oh yeah, it's different now. It's a lot more dangerous, and
I was talking about expensive. I was not talking streetwise, but you would
Yes.
know more about that than I.
I don't know that much about the streets, but I know it's just a little more dangerous than it used to be. That's
I
all.
know that nigga shooting crazy over there in Buckhead.
Buckhead, everybody breaking out of cars. It's really sad and scary.
Yeah.
You know.
And they're not even supposed to be doing that in Buckhead.
Like, what are you doing? No, Buckhead used to be like, ooh, like,
Yeah, that was the
ooh,
bougie
upper,
part,
mm,
yeah.
upper echelon, as you say. So, it's crazy.
So when do you transition from doing all 3
Just
jobs?
like reel it in.
I like it. I like it. Listen, I wish.
He has a job. We have our parts in this podcast, and he does his.
Okay. Really? Really?
I throw the bait.
I love it. I love my friends. But when did you kind of put that other job away and you decided, hey, we're just gonna focus on this kind of like industry life?
Which one, Superhorn or waitressing? You gotta be
Waitressing.
specific.
I don't think you ever leave being a superhero. I think that's
Yeah.
forever in you.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's in you, not on you?
You guys, I'm looking for a suitor, so if you could keep that low key.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got you.
You can be a discreet superhole.
Listen.
My bad. We don't talk with Charles. My bad.
Okay. So, I'm sorry. so I was PAing, right? And then I met this lady. She was very, very dope in the industry. And she was a producer. She was a line producer on like all the shows that I was working on. And after a while, I was like, I see her all the time and like introduce myself to her, whatever. So I introduced myself. Hey girl, you know, networking, did a little that, a little this. And then we have like these contact sheets when you're working. You know, found her name, got her email, shot her an email. Hey, great working with you, that kind of thing, right? And then like a week or two goes by, I didn't hear anything. I was like, great, you know, whatever. And then she hits me up maybe like 2 weeks later and is like, hey, like, you know, if you're interested, I have some PA positions open, but none of them are local. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, I'm with it. Just let me know, you know, what's going on, and I'll be there. So she did all live events. So they were in LA, they were in New York, they were in Jersey, they were all over the place. So literally she would call me whenever she had a job for me. So I would just go. And at that time, when you're in PA, like, you have to work as a local. They're not putting you up or anything. So I'm going out there and like, you know,
winging it.
Yeah, literally just winging it, like spending weeks in the hotel. You know, in the hotel, it's expensive. Okay, sure. you gotta pay that twice. You gotta pay the what's it called?
Deposit.
The deposit, whatever it is. When you get into hotels and everything. So I was doing that for a long time, paying for my flight. Luckily, my mom and my dad, they would like balance me out. Like, if you pay for the hotel, we'll pay for the flight type thing. I'm like, all right, cool. So I was doing that for a long time.
Ooh.
It was brutal.
What was like the first time you realized you were actually having to do? Because I think sometimes like someone's like, "Hey, I got a job for you," and you're like, "Okay, sure," and then you're like, "Oh shit!" Like When was that like the very first time, or was it like maybe after a few times you're like, "Oh wow, this is how this goes."
This is pretty crazy.
No, it was like the first time, because honestly, I did that show, the Social Awards, and then the show that she called me on after that was Dear Mama, which was in LA. And I was like, yo, like she was the boss. So she was calling all the shots, and I'm like walking right next to her, and I'm like, this is fucking crazy. Like, look at all this shit. She had me bringing her like drinks since I wasn't doing nothing, you know, PAs do, you know. Yeah. But it was like right after that, I was like, oh, this is great. And so I guess that's around the time when I kind of learned, like, dang, look at all these other jobs that people are doing. Like, it's a lot, because you do the creative side or you can do the network side. It's so many people that's around that takes to put together a show. Yeah. You know, Chuck. So
it was funny because I was gonna say I used to do live TV in sports, and it's really different because like every day, you know, we gotta do this again. So like as soon as you finish at whatever time, you're like, throw that shit away to the next one. But I did do a late night TV show, like a New Year's Eve special. Okay. And that might have been the most stressful like TV production experience I've ever been part of.
Yeah, how long did it take to plan that?
Shit, they were planning that shit in like, I'm saying like September.
Yeah.
Like,
the production is intense.
Yeah, I mean, for a live show, I can only imagine.
And like that actual crazy. Like setup, like probably like a month before, but like people telling you, hey, we got this event, you know, can you do that? I'm like, yeah, I'm a producer. I'm here all the time. But I'm just curious for you, like, was there one live event
that was a very humble flex, but
it really was, because you work
your
that
interview. Yeah, like,
that's fire.
And considering the fact where you work,
I'm just saying, as a producer, was there one live event that kind of did it for you? That over the top was like, oh, this is what live event producing is about.
You know, I think I just came into that kind of recently, because I was on set, like, right, but I wouldn't be able to be like on stage or like watch them like build the sets or like what, you know. I used to literally be in like the office, and like I would like run the production office. I would be like the first contact of everyone that was in the production office. So when I had that job, because after a while she hired me as her assistant, and so that was my job for her, to run the entire production office. So I wasn't necessarily able to leave the production office. Which is people printing, running around, like blah, blah, but I'm just like, I was like in charge of all of that. So I didn't get to see a lot of that until like I got pulled off of that, which was when I guess the guy who initially hired me for that Social Awards had called me and was like, hey, like, are you booked? Like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing nothing. So thanks for calling. And so he put me on BET Awards, and that was like a completely different like beast. Like, you're there for like 3 weeks. You're like running around the city. Like, it's not just in this one little area. Because they have the BET Experience, they have the pre-show, they have the red carpet, and they're all in these just huge ass different areas. You're like running around LA like with a golf cart, like just like running all over the place. So I think that for me was like, whoa, like this is crazy. Like you're just seeing like fucking Jada kids walk by. You're like this, like wow.
What's the per diem hitting on?
The per diem in LA, it varies. Look at me, No, the per diem is like
Serious questions tonight.
I'm just saying.
So the per diem in LA is what, $67 a day, and in New York I think it's 66. Like it's pretty chill, especially because
So it's a set standard.
Yeah, it changes like with the year or whatever, but it's always somewhere around like.
Is there like a CBA?
I don't know if the producers have a guild, but it's all within that same. Think of it like that. Like, you know how the actors have their whole producers, and they have that set those rates. Yeah, they have that. Yeah. But I'm just because they have like private. They have like privates and like so it's different. But she's right. Like there's a standard for place by place.
So y'all are unionized and all that.
Well, I'm not unionized, but like
that position, that's some PAs and all that.
They not necessarily PAs, but just like the grips and like the guys who build the set. They get.
Oh no, I know about them. Yeah, I worked with them back when I did security. So,
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, with MGM.
Nah, I did security everywhere. Fucking, I worked a couple concerts, shit like. Not at all. I was that nigga be like, "Hey, you got weed on you? Break me off, you can get that in." Type shit.
Let's hope you're not in this job anymore.
Not at all. I moved on to greater, bigger, better things.
Okay, that's good. That's what's up.
Alhamdulillah.
Y'all foolish.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry.
BT
what's
Awards.
your name?
Oh, you got more? You got another bottle.
Sorry. Little break.
Oh yeah, champagne.
So BT Awards.
What was that like? What was the BT Awards like? What was it like to be like going from not being starstruck to I'm doing a job? Because I've been there, like it's just like, oh yeah, like oh damn, like this is you.
Yeah. I mean, I was never like super starstruck because I think the whole time I knew I was doing a job.
Okay.
So it was cool to see it, right? Yeah. But it was always like, yeah, you are kind of focused, right? But like it was, I mean, it's cool, whatever.
It's still a cool experience.
It is a cool experience, right?
So how long did it take you to digest that?
I think I just understood it pretty quick, right? Because you're not like, oh, let me get a picture. You're like, literally, you're working.
No, I mean like, you doing
nice.
Okay, Charles.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you.
Let me go back. You started with live events, and then just was doing a bunch of live events. That's what I meant by how long did it take you to digest that?
Oh, so
because it's just like you jumped in it from live events and then continued to work on live events.
Oh, are you saying
and that's
like
not everybody's story or process,
like trajectory?
Yeah, trajectory or any of that. So it's just like when you sat down, like have you ever sat down and actually like digested that?
I don't think so. Because it really happened so quick. Like I PA'd for like a year and I was still waitressing at that time. And then when Raw, he's my boss to this day, when he called me to put me on that first show at a different position, I was still waitressing. I waitressed for maybe like a year into doing that role. And then after a while, I'm like, I was waitressing because I just enjoyed it. Like, it was fun, right? It's after a while, I was too busy. I was just traveling because no shows were ever in Atlanta. So I was traveling so much that I was just like, okay, I can't waitress anymore. So that adjustment to me was crazy because I went from working like all day, every day, 12-hour shifts. Well, I don't get to the production is brutal too. It's still very much 12, 14-hour shifts. But yeah, I went from doing that to like going right out to New York and like working there for like probably like 3 to 4 months. Literally, my homegirl let me stay with her. I was so blessed, and like just worked out there for forever. So like as soon as I stopped waitressing, I went to New York, and I was just out there.
What was your New York life like?
New York was fun. Like
yeah, Charles. Huh?
New York was fun. Like it's very different. I always say it's like a third world country to me because it's just so different. But I enjoyed it. Like I worked right in the middle of Times Square, and then we would just travel. Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of fun. And then we would travel and go to the shows. And then I just after all that I just started fucking traveling all the time, and I was never home. And it was like, so I don't know if I ever took a step back and be like, damn girl, like check you out, you know what I mean?
Thank Mook. He made you do it.
Yeah, thank you, Mook.
That's all love.
Wow. Wow.
I wrote a piece about gratitude. That's the only reason why I asked.
Yeah.
You should read it. It's really good.
I will. You gotta send me as a link.
Wow,
or...
Charles,
Yeah,
I
it's a
really
link.
appreciate that. It's on HazieThoughts.com.
Yeah, I'll check it out. That's dope.
I'll send you the link.
Thank you.
I've been stamping that. Axomatic. I've been stamping that joint crazy. Where's the most obscure
You guys
place?
don't tell me any of this.
No, we don't. Where's the most? What's the most obscure place you would say this job has taken you to, or the most random? Obscure is a really random word.
I guess Newark.
Hey, hold on, chill. I got my folks in Newark. Those are good people.
Newark is rough.
Do you see the sign when you're coming in?
Oh my god.
I love that sign.
The name of the city is rough.
It's rough.
I love Newark. It's good vibes. Newark is good vibes. I like
the
Newark.
documentary
I used to go
she
there
was
when
a
I was a
part of it
kid.
today.
My aunt used to live there.
Wendy Williams.
Oh, Wendy.
No, he said Whitney.
Whitney.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Whitney.
Oh yeah, I'd much
love
rather
them.
shout her out. Rest in peace.
For sure. For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Singer.
Man.
Singer.
A singer.
I was gonna do something, but I'm not gonna be messing with
Do it.
Hit a note or
her or Mariah.
what was that?
You answer first,
Her
ladies
or
first.
Mariah. Whitney
Ladies
or
Whitney or Mariah?
Yeah.
It's gotta be Whitney for me.
Okay.
Whitney.
Yeah. Oh, just singing? Yeah, Whitney. Yeah. All the other
Hits.
stuff, I might take
When we
Mariah.
talking about verses,
You know me.
it's just like, oh, it's a little debatable, Chad.
Oh, that's a good point. But like just singing, I'm definitely taking Whitney.
Definitely taking
Yeah,
Whitney.
Church
she's
singer.
got
Church
voice.
singer.
Yeah.
Church singer. All
We were
votes.
doing something like that.
Go.
No,
Where needs to go?
Yeah,
Whitney's a
Yeah.
go for sure.
but I do think though
But
in
the
the verses.
emancipation of me.
Whitney, I'm about saying like,
Yeah,
I'm about to say.
you know that's
And then she got some.
that's
we ain't even gonna talk about
And then she got some other joint like that honey
got a
remix.
name popping out
Like
your
if she just plays some of them joints, them joints.
No, I listen to I smoke to the emancipations of
Yeah,
me.
No, Emancipation Mimi
I
is
smoke to
chef's
that.
kiss. Like it's too good.
Come on,
A
Snap.
lot of heartbreak to that album.
No, for real.
A lot of good. We belong together.
Circles, man.
Well, niggas, hey, we belong together.
Man, but it's, you know why though? It's JD. Like it's all because of JD. Don't get me started, Marcus. JD.
That's a good point.
It
That's a good
is.
point. Atlanta. It all circles
It
back.
all
Full
circles,
circle.
it all circles back.
Can I roll up with you on camera?
We're here now, right?
No, I'm asking because
He's
I
gonna
don't,
ask because he doesn't want to. He's
I don't know what
he's
you
not
do.
he's not normally disrespectful. Normally he would just go
I'm
for
a
it.
change man. I'm a phone.
Normally
Are
just
you?
go for it.
Definitely.
No, do your thing, yeah.
Well, you
I
bet.
like that. Let's talk about more just Atlanta vibes.
Charlie rolling up. I see a weed on tape.
I'll roll up for you, buddy. But
All right,
let me ask a few more questions if you don't mind.
Do your thing, because I'm about to roll up.
If that's okay with you too. You said that you were traveling but you were based in Atlanta. That's kind of normally different because I hear a lot of people
Travel
based
to
somewhere else
Atlanta.
going to Atlanta. How was that like juxtaposition for you? Because it must have been different seeing a lot of
Okay.
people do the
I like
opposite.
that word, juxtaposition. Niggas don't use that senses every day.
For you, I tried.
For you. Back to.
Hey, man. Don't see, debatable.
So I'm sorry. The question again.
The juxtaposition of you being based in Atlanta and leaving all the time versus like having people always come in to the place that you're in, going back and forth.
Yeah. No, it was. I mean, it was cool. It was different. Like at one point Atlanta became home. Like Atlanta's home to me now.
That's what I'm saying because it was
So-
home for you. I would have figured.
Yeah, at first obviously it was crazy. It was like, oh, Atlanta, so like started like, oh, great. But after a while, it's just Atlanta, and so I thought it was cooler to be in New York or LA or that kind of thing. So it was. I mean, it was great. I mean, I'm very blessed to be where I am. Like, back to Mook. Like I'm very blessed to be where I am. So when in Atlanta, wherever I'm traveling, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful. So.
You don't gotta be modest here. Like you can be like, yo,
No, talk your shit.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
talk
saying,
your shit
you can
for you.
flex.
Whatever it is. So
But I'm
go
saying
ahead.
he can't keep
Big
talking
flex.
his shit for you.
No,
Unless you want me to.
no.
Trust me, he will.
I'll do it for free.
He'll do it. He'll do it. I promise you.
I swear to God. I don't talk shit for me, so I gotta do it with someone.
Oh, that's nice. Very. You gotta be humble. Gotta keep
We
it.
talk about like working. You've mentioned a lot of people, and I think that's
It's not humble.
you've mentioned a lot of people like who've helped you along this journey. Why is that so important? I asked that out. People, I feel like Corinne did the same thing. There was a lot of people who usually kept mentioning. I was like, why do you keep mentioning these other people within the journey?
I think there's no journey without them, right? Like, it's a lot of people, and especially in that industry. You said Corinne, I know she's in like the PR industry. That kind of work is you don't get anywhere without people helping you out and someone you know putting that hand down and bringing you up with them. So a lot of people really looked out for me in this industry and literally got me where I am today. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I worked my ass off because that's a crazy ass industry to be in. But it was, I wouldn't be here if it was not for a good amount of people that looked out for me.
Takes a village, they say.
Takes a village for sure.
We had another guest who said that she felt as though she owed something to someone.
Oh yeah.
Do you feel that something in that same manner?
I absolutely do. And then like, especially like, we love the kids, right? Like just anyone, there's always so many people who, like you were saying, like don't even realize that this is a job. Like production manager or like is a job. So I would just love to like mentor some kids and just like show them the way. I feel like I owe that, each one reach one, like my dad would say, like reach your hand out, connect with whoever you can. I would literally love to.
So let's get to the present now. What's your job been like with COVID? Because live events.
Yeah.
They've been different. We've had virtual ones. We're kind of in the makeshift world where we're kind of doing hybrid things. We're like, at least my job, we had a thing where we couldn't even use Apple FaceTime because of like some like rights things. So we couldn't FaceTime with people anymore. Like only like
So
Zoom.
doing like
Disney
Zoom
Apple shit.
Oh wow.
So like, I wonder just for your job.
Capitalism.
I just wonder for your job, do you have like, what's it been like? What has been the like maybe the ups and downs? Like, is it new? Is it different? Is it the same?
It's crazy because COVID is a beast, right? And like working live events is 3,000 people in the audience to just in front of your computer is very different. So like we put on the first virtual awards show, BET Awards of 2020. It was dope, but it was hard.
That was like 85 South hosted.
No,
one
that
of
was
those
Hip Hop
jobs.
Awards.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the only joint I watched.
Hip Hop Awards?
Yeah, because I watched 85 South.
Fucking great. I worked
She was like,
my ass off.
she was like, I
shows
work-
moved. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, man, it's hard and like getting all these people tested to get together and like do all that stuff is brutal. Like, and then like working from home is not it because people just have all this access to you. They're like, I know you in house, bitch. Like, so it's a call. Like, do this for me or whatever. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not fun. But it's kind of cool at this point too, though, because I literally am like the only person on my team that's in Atlanta, and I do not have to move. Like they're starting to go in the office January, God willing, with this Omarion out here. But
Inshallah. I said the same thing you said.
no, I know.
Come on, buddy. We all know now.
We get it.
It's not 2000. It's not 2001.
I don't know what people's knowledge is.
It's not 2001.
It's not 2001.
Just saying.
Charles, you gotta relax. Hey,
Come on.
what about that FBI watching this joint?
Oh my God. Y'all are crazy. Maddox.
Yeah, he's sick of us.
He hates us.
He hates us. He really does. Let me see your gratitude. All right, but no, I'm interested though because events, those are some of the most interesting, like I think, productions that you can have because no matter how much you plan, you can never know how it's gonna go.
Oh yeah.
So for it being virtual, I'm curious, like, does it make it easier to be like, all right, they're gonna be shows like, yo, someone's in their house. I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
It has its advantages and disadvantages because some people literally can we were doing like some shoots and like people they'd be all set up, camera be set up, oh look, their house looks so pretty, they got this ring light, look at them, and then they just would not like come out and like talk to this camera because we used to have to watch the shoots on Zoom and you'd just be like, this bitch is taking like 4 hours. We just been sitting here for like a 30-second drop. Like, come on. So it's and then other times they get on and it's great. It's easy, so it's funny.
I like that. Now that you know what life has been like with this virtual COVID, is there any way that you could see this being the norm, or do you want to go back to what it was before?
I mean, I always want everyone to be safe as possible. That's so corny to say, but I really
Listen,
do.
you know what?
There's a lot of people anti-health out here.
No, hold on. Time out. That's some Twitter shit, and not you, but that's because we live on Twitter as a society that we feel as though I don't think you mean to hurt people, but like nigga, it was like before this,
Yeah, it
and
was.
you had a job before this,
Yeah.
so fuck those Twitter people. Answer the question how you want to.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about that.
No, I mean, no, seriously though, I do want people to be safe because it is
Very
no joke.
political answer.
It's really no joke out here. Like, because I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought it was like, you know what I'm saying, like COVID. Like,
That's
Yeah.
that's Atlanta. That's living in Atlanta.
It's Atlanta,
That's
yeah.
living in Atlanta.
Motherfucking health jump in Atlanta, and y'all don't take health seriously in Atlanta.
Health jump.
Okay, all
The
right.
CDC?
Say less. CDC, nigga, all the health jump,
Called it the health joke.
Yeah, right.
all the health jumps, any health acronym you can come up with. Most of them jumps in Atlanta. Not a big farmer in Atlanta. Like, I'm not about to get into it. Like,
But there's a lot of like small businesses in Atlanta that have to be
It's
open.
mom
They
and pop.
can't. They
Yeah.
can't work from home. Like they have to be there.
They have to be there.
And you know, half of Atlanta is partying, so it's like
Yeah,
you
get
can't
your
party
ass
from the
on
crib.
Grubhub or
Like,
something.
oh come on. So yeah, Atlanta was
They be
locked out for
taxing,
like
but,
2 months and was like, all right guys,
Yeah,
it's
we
enough.
losing money.
Yeah, come on out.
Yeah.
So, we don't need to finish, but we need to talk more about what's going on in the present. What's happening?
Okay.
What's happening now? And I think we were talking about that with COVID. Oh, okay, hit me. All right, COVID. Do you want to go back, or do you like the vibes now?
No. I want to go back to just being live, lit, backstage, audience. It's a good time. That was, you know, like I literally had just started getting into it, and then they were like, boom, shut everything down. So I didn't even really get to fully like learn my job that well because we were just at home, right? So now that we're back, I'm learning everything again, and yeah, no, I want to go back to the way to no mask, everything, party, yeah.
You've done the BET Awards.
No mask, everything party.
No, I feel
Yeah.
that. I feel that. I'm like, nigga, who want to try to party? I'm trying to be cute without my mask on. I feel her vibes.
Exactly. You
trying
know
to
how
be
hard it is to
cute
put on
without-
a whole face and then put your mask
You
on?
know how hard it is to be
I
fine
don't know.
with a mask on?
How to what?
Be fine with a mask on?
The girls who are fine. They don't.
Yeah, I was in it hard.
If you fine with a mask on, that could be deceiving. Okay, I retract my statements. Continue.
Definitely gotta get the full pull down just to be sure.
Yeah, the mouth be crazy.
Look, over here, you just grabbing bitches with they.
Not at all. I don't even talk to women no more.
You don't. You're just like disappointed in
Yeah.
the way we've gone, or what? Can I hear a little more about that?
Now you want to unpack this? This is
A
your
little
interview.
bit. A little bit.
This is your
I just
interview.
tell me you just like this short version of it.
Okay, first of all,
Shevonne is
like I
funny as
said,
fuck.
changed man. So I just been
You're a changed man.
yeah, just
okay.
been focusing on me. That's all.
Okay.
Work, business, and a dean.
Okay. I
Yeah.
mean that's what's up.
Yeah.
So when do you think you'll kind of go back to dating when we're about that
Oh
age?
no, I've been dating. Don't. That's why I said you need to breed gratitude. Don't get it fucked up.
Okay, okay.
Moog is still Moog.
It's just not your
But-
main focus.
Nah, I don't fuck with. I don't trust women.
In any women.
Listen, we're not gonna unpack all this right now.
Any
So, is there any other
women?
is there any other award show? Because you worked on BET Awards.
There's
Like
some,
anything
there's some
else? You,
exceptions to the rule.
is there anything else you want to work on?
Tell
Like,
me about it.
We'll talk after.
like the Grammys? Like, is there anything like you're like, oh yeah, that's an event I want to do? Like
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
yeah.
Charles is really reeling this interview in.
He's doing great.
Yeah.
No, he's
Super Bowl
Because Shevonne was about
relationship.
to interview
What is
the
this?
shit out of me
Oh yeah,
just
I got
now.
some questions. How much time do we have? No, I'm just kidding.
If you want to get it on wax, pull up when I do my solo. But yeah,
Oh my
Listen.
gosh. Look at that.
The Grammys. What about that?
Yeah, so I mean, I do. He's like still running it anyways. Yeah, of course, I've always wanted to do like other things. Like I've done like, a few music videos, a few things outside of
Ooh.
BT and like that kind of thing.
What's the music video scene like?
you've gotten into videos, music
yeah.
videos.
I did only one. Was it one?
Who was the artist?
I did let me not name drop.
Yeah, no man. I mean, if you want to,
You've been
I
name
would.
dropping, so
No,
the
she
only
does-
person
I
she
have
didn't.
not.
She's
only
been
person
naming
she
her
didn't name-
homies.
Only person she didn't name drop was a lady she worked for.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah, she don't want to
So
blow
drop the
everybody's
artist's
spot.
name. We might
what
want
you
to.
say? I mean,
We might
you
want
guys
to. We might want to interview him.
She was like, you don't got the budget. Come on, continue.
It was
Who was this nigga?
it Offset. So
Okay.
we did a video for him, and that honestly, that scene is crazy.
What's up?
God, Red Room.
I love that song.
That we were on that set
14 hours at least.
From 3 p.m. to like noon the next day.
That's ridiculous.
It was brutal. Oh my God. It was crazy. So, but I do want to get into other things, but like that right there, I don't know, maybe. It was a lot.
So what is it like working on a video set?
It's fun, it's cool, you know, you get to see all the different scenes, you can see them spray the water on the ground, cool cars and trailers, you gotta stop the trailer with like, I was PAing on that one too, so, I gotta like stop, this man asked for like 50 packs of like backwoods, and like, it was crazy, but it was a good time, you know, bunch of pineapple Fanta, he got like a whole bunch of pineapple Fanta.
Okay, so I picked up, did he have a loud then?
Huh?
He had a loud?
Oh yeah, man, yeah, he did.
Okay.
He did.
I heard rappers be smoking hub. That's the only reason I asked.
Really? No, he was not. I haven't heard
Shit,
that.
me.
I haven't heard that. But yeah, I definitely would like to do other stuff. That's the only thing we're working for. I guess just, you
Was
know.
the video in Atlanta? I'm sorry to keep cutting you off.
Yeah, it was in Atlanta.
Okay.
It was fun. I feel like I'm kind of, I just do like a few shows a year. Then I get to, but luckily like this year we get to do other shows under the Viacom umbrella. Yeah. So that'll be fun. Like different like Unplugged, like MTV Unplugged, and like a lot of good, you know, stuff. I love a good documentary. So
They still do Unplugged?
they stopped, but they started again.
Oh.
So
You know they rebooting everything.
they're rebooting everything. They're even doing I'm blanking.
It's like the Hall of
Yo
Fame.
TV Raps.
What? They bringing that back?
You know who the host is? You know who the host is?
I don't know. Let me stop, because I'm like, hold up.
Probably one of them influencers.
For sure.
Jake Paul
So,
and shit.
You talked about giving back, talking about how you've gotten here. Is there anything that you want to talk about that we haven't touched on?
Yeah, I want to touch on Mook and how he hates
I'm with
women. Like, what
I don't
is
hate
going on?
women.
I thought
I love
that
women.
was over.
That's good. Listen, I'm here to listen.
I love women.
Okay.
And the reason I stopped talking to women is because of how much I actually love women.
Okay.
And it got
So
like
it's getting a little out of control.
no, it's been out of control.
Got it. Why are you laughing?
I'm just saying that's kind of funny.
Yeah. Like it's been out of control. So it's just like, all right. So I was in a relationship. Not in a relationship. I'm gonna let you. We can talk about that off camera. Why I'm not in a relationship. But yeah, shit happened. Not in a relationship no more. And then it was just like, all right. Like I was doing a bunch of shit that's not working. And so I was just like, I'm gonna take this time for me finally to just focus on me.
Okay.
Because even throughout all the relationships, I always had like I got out of one, got another one. Type shit. So it's just like this is the longest I ever been single in my adult life.
Oh wow.
So it's just like now it's just like all right, bet I had time to focus on me, make great strides, alhamdulillah, make great strides in like physical, mental, spiritual, or religious or whatever how you want to put it. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm good now, alhamdulillah. So that's why that's the only reason why it's just like yeah, like I've definitely dated women, do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Stuffed a lot on that shit. I've done a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying, like with the opposite sex or whatever, like non-sexual, sexual or whatever, however you put it. But it's just like, yeah, but that's what it is. It's just like, yeah, like I don't trust women for a different reason other than why I did not state.
Is it all women or is it a few, certain type? You can't not trust just women, period.
All women is nasty. I just want you to know.
Yeah.
I want you to know. That's
Wait,
nasty.
what?
All women in a situation is very nasty work.
Yeah,
Like when you all men in a situation,
Yeah,
that's nasty.
I would
All
never
women in a
generalize.
situation.
What? You know, you're like, yeah, I just don't trust women.
I would never generalize.
Period. Like,
No, I would never generalize. But it's just like if we lock, like we talk and we connect or whatever, we do that, and then I assess the situation that way, and then that's how it carries.
okay.
But no, I don't trust women.
Okay. So let's touch on. Like, I'm not gonna.
I got a question for you though.
Okay.
And because we're free falling now.
Okay.
We've interviewed her. You know her. Shevonne Goree. Make some noise.
Shout out to my man LA, bro.
Shout out LA, right?
That's not mad.
He was gonna come, but he's like always just running around. He's crazy.
Why didn't he come?
He's crazy.
Now I'm about to text him.
Text him. He
You'll
loves
do
to hear
that.
from you.
Yeah.
Such a good dad. Like he loves being a dad.
For real.
Yeah.
I could
I
imagine.
like that.
Right?
I like that.
Nah, he was geek
He
before
loves
he
being
ever
your
had a
dad
child.
too.
Right?
So that's
Yeah.
that's
I'm
cool.
glad you seem like a great dad.
No, he is. That's one thing I will give him. No matter all the
Come in and
bullshit.
just like hiding a
Yeah.
baby over here.
Right?
Like that baby, like little son, he looks just like you.
Oh, it's so beautiful. My
He spoke.
He did. He was
Streets call
nice.
out your mystery kid on that.
chill.
Hey, son. Hey, AP. Mics is hot. Mics are hot.
The kid, the boy. You don't see him.
Damn, you do hide his face on that. That's
sorry.
another.
You're in the close friend, you see him.
Oh,
You a cousin that knows your dad. Like,
so he's
sorry.
he's just talking about the.
this guy Shirley is just like,
So-
what's going on?
Okay.
It's a lot.
Really then, Charles.
He's trying, but we're free falling
I'm
at this
sorry,
point.
I'm
So it's just
done.
like,
So a friend of mine.
I've had one.
So
cup
we
of
have a
champagne.
friend of ours who's a frequent listener to the podcast, and she had asked me this question when I seen her. She said, "I want you to talk about male and female friendships
Okay.
and relationships
Oh,
and
wow.
why they're important."
I was just drinking out the wrong cup.
And I feel like, why not? This is the best time to have someone have this conversation.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely important.
So, just is that something you're like when you're in a relationship? You're like, oh, that's free bands. Like you're okay with that? Because I think that's where you have to start from. Because that's where the issues arise. Like they don't arise when someone isn't in a relationship. Like when you're not in a relationship and you got a friend, no one cares. Like, do the other men seem to care?
No, I guess not.
You see?
So I mean, for me, I guess
it's taking a turn.
for me, I guess it just comes with boundaries, just being respectful, right? Like, just making sure that everyone is comfortable within that realm. As long as it's nothing too crazy,
Listen,
You know.
to each his own. But that's what I'm saying.
Like literally, it's all about respect for me. It's all about boundaries. It's, I was some best friend. Like I don't want that. No, you can't have that type of friend. Like that's fucking annoying. Like I'm sorry. Like that really your best friend like that? No, it's probably not.
Right? That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't.
It is
That's
kind
what
of
I don't.
man or woman. Like don't get into like if a nigga's like, oh, that's it's like buddy. Like,
Yes,
do you really
calm
talk to her like
down.
that? Like,
And I like it's cute
Call
when we
your
were
male
younger.
best friend your best friend.
That's what I'm saying. You
nigga, I be talking to y'all niggas all day, every day. I never refer to y'all as my best friends.
bestie.
You pick me up on camera, but not privately.
Oh my gosh.
That's kind of true. Yeah,
You should work on that. John.
Think you know a nigga?
maybe.
Make the wall for this nigga and all of that. Look at that.
I make the one for you too,
Move,
bro.
move. Come
Shit's
on.
crazy.
Let's
And I'm talking about you in the streets positively. That's gotta be worth something.
Charles. Hey, baby.
That gotta be worth something.
No, Charles. I'm just saying.
Luke seems-
But I would like to hear the fact.
Talking good behind your man's back.
But he's
That's
a writer.
That is a good name, right?
He's a writer. He edited it, and that's the only reason why I decided I would like to hear. I would like to hear some feedback.
Oh, I've been telling the streets like that shit is
Wow.
good. Every time, like I said, Exo man, I've been telling the streets that's good shit.
So Chuck, we.
You're right.
Now you're a moderator.
You're
Look at
right.
this.
So Chuck.
The hats that the hats that Shevonne wears
Very
is crazy.
Very legendary interview. Listen, no cap
The
though.
amount of hats.
I hate using the word no cap, but she's now from Atlanta.
You can
So
say no hat.
I'm not from Atlanta.
she's now part of Atlanta, so
No cap.
it feels right. The women have been far better guests than the men recently.
sure.
Like it's
For sure. The last 3 women that we had on Slam,
just
Epic
nailing all the
interviews.
interviews.
That's
You
nice.
men,
do better.
come with some
Some
Come on,
pizzazz.
guys, try it out.
March Madness.
Niggas be putting up all cool.
yeah.
Football.
Now my man Sway Ray came in with the chains.
It's not good. This nigga, alright.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he came with the chains.
Charles had 2 chains around his neck. Now he don't know how to act.
Yeah, so I've never seen that in front of you. That side of you.
See, I didn't know
He didn't know he had it in him.
I had it in me.
Nigga
So-
buying jewelry for himself now. Who knew?
What? I randomly did. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of my last memories from Thursday.
No, it was Christmas, so this is what happened. I went to the store. I went to get something for Shawty. I was like, boom, boom, boom. They was like, oh, I was gonna get something for somebody else. I was like,
I splurge enough on others.
What's up with me? For myself. They were like, yo.
What'd you get, Chuck?
I bought some really nice earrings. Them just like $600.
Wow, why don't you have them on? You know,
I'm gonna pull them out. Like, cause I only wear.
Oh, you got them right now?
No. I only wear low key. I only wear my Claire's beauty salon earrings when I'm on yeah, because bro,
No,
like I was looking
when Charles get the fresh lineup, fresh brand.
Yeah. Honestly, what's gonna
about to
happen
pull
is
up.
like
Yeah,
when I come out to stunt, I'm gonna put them on. So one time I'm gonna stunt, but like just the streets know I'm gonna put on my beauty salon drawers. You know, I got keep it 100. I heard this. It was either Eartha Kitt or another legendary black actress who said, I put my fake and my real jewelry together because no one can tell. And after she said, it might have been after she said that shit. I've been thinking differently.
The only reason I know that because Charles stated this in another interview.
Because I was like, yo, she's on to something. Like, is streets gonna know if it's the real or the fake?
I try to do my best.
They just gonna be like, ooh, it's shiny. Like the streets don't know.
You're right.
They don't know no better.
Cuban
motherfuckers ain't walking around with a monocle.
But speaking of,
you can't clarify my diamonds, nigga.
Shout out to Soiree. His shit was clicking. That shit was like clank.
For real. Soiree shit was
clanking. That shit was
really.
It was heavy as
that shit was heavy. I ain't never wear something that like.
That's when I knew I was just like, oh, like this one ain't even like.
He
diamonds and gold grams and shit, like all that shit. You said what?
I'm like, did he let y'all have it? Chuck's like, nah.
No, that's his chain. That's his chain. I'm just saying,
someone wants to give me a chain.
I don't want another man's chain.
Listen, right. I don't want another man's chain, but if you're going to gift me something,
that's nice.
Nah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's the problem with men. We don't be accepting stuff from each other. Like,
I'll accept a chain. Give me a watch though.
You know, Mook. Mook. Now we know you want a nice chain or something. Friends, come on.
As a Muslim, I do not wear chains. Necklaces are for women. As a Muslim, I do not wear chains. Necklaces are for women.
So nothing right.
Chains me, buddy.
Cool. All right. My bad.
You know, that's what I'm saying. No issues. You know? I love that.
You can give me a chain as long as it's not gold.
You just said make up your mind.
Don't do that.
At this point,
I'm not gonna wear it. I'm gonna have it.
Cost. What do you feel about the friendship thing with the woman?
Women and men?
Yeah.
It's whatever.
No.
I lied like shit, didn't I?
Yeah, we don't want to
like I said, as long as it's not like the best friend, like all that other cute shit, it's like y'all fucking.
Do you have those kind of friends though? Like, do you as a man like have like best friend? You know.
Like my female best friends is just like, you know that they're my best friends.
Strictly platonic.
Strictly, like from Brianna Ross to Falake.
Brianna Ross, shout out my girl.
That's my man.
Too. Oh my God, see Foley with y'all.
Yeah,
that was great to see Foley.
Yeah, Brianna Ross and Falake, like I can say those are my two female best friends. So it's just like when it comes to them, it's just like like you know.
And Brianna Ross, she's oh gosh, she's the best. She's such a great girl.
That's been my man since Kimball. So it's just like, and I know her older brother because my older sister and him graduated the same year. So it's just like, it's just like, like you know, like I don't even see them as women.
Not to mention she would hook up a silk press. Okay, girl, I can't wait to get to Atlanta, girl. Get my shit right. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Brianna Ross, BL_Ross.
First
if you
lady.
need a head jump, that's not a jump anymore.
At all.
It's First Lady Bree.
Yes.
With the underscore. Huh? With the underscore on the first lady.
Yeah, I think it's first. The underscore and then First Lady Bree. I think.
All right, cool. Whatever. She plugged it. That's my man.
No, seriously.
If you type Brianna Ross, you'll find her on the John though.
Yeah. I love a female best friend personally.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Female best friend keep you right.
Everyone loves her.
I've always been friends with ladies. Like they've always been my friends.
Best friends keep you like.
So like I don't
keep you
right.
with the ladies or.
I'm always friends with ladies. Ladies are chill. Ladies don't be in competition with nobody. Like at least with me. Real. Like men be doing that weird like like buddy like
that's not your man, I'm your man.
Like and just trying to like outbother you, outbuy you like I got more weed like men are just weird like
men
that.
Are corny,
like
bro.
women are chill. Women don't never be in competition with me.
Man.
I'm anti-men.
You just hate everyone.
He does.
No.
I'm anti-men. Like women are mad chill. Women are mad good vibes.
I just don't trust them when
women
it comes
give
to
good advice.
Yeah,
and they be just like they be chilling.
Niggas
like
can't protect their chastity no more. That's crazy.
Come on, chastity.
Wow.
Shit is ridiculous. No.
Wow.
Oh,
like come on. But no, I'm super pro. Like male, female best friend. Like yo, that's your friend. Like that's your friend. Also, like if somebody's gonna do something, trust me, they're gonna do it. Like I promise you, like whether they're like their best friend or like the semi friend or like the condo friend, if the person's gonna do it.
If they got a price, they got a price.
So if you guys are like in a relationship and then there's a friend who she's just like, your girl's just like, I'm not really comfortable with her. I'm not really feeling her.
I'm gonna be like, is this? I'm be like, you are my Beyonce. I'm be like, you are my Beyonce. So since you are my Beyonce, since you are my Beyonce, what you tripping over, Kelly? Carrie Hilson. You know, like there's no need to be.
Oh, Kelly?
I said Carrie Hilson.
Oh,
Latoya Luckett.
don't play.
No, I would never.
The bag.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just.
Latoya Luckett.
I'm just saying. Hey, have some respect for Latoya. I'm just saying, just a random person.
Farrah.
Okay, fair. Sorry, Carrie. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that, Miss
I
Carrie.
don't disrespect Farrah. Whoever
No,
the hell
Carrie.
that is.
Huh?
Who was Farrah?
The one who had to pack the bag.
Yeah,
she was
she's
like,
the one who had to pack the bag.
suitcase.
Destiny's Child.
You don't remember
OG,
that
like-
clip? It was like,
I was listening to Go-Go.
Okay, right, of course.
thank you for that. Nonetheless, you know, that's I would just tell my Beyonce that that's not my Beyonce. So like, you're my.
But still, what if she's like, I don't give a fuck, like I don't like her. I'm not comfortable with that.
Still not comfortable.
I would be like, I need some hard proof, like dead ass, cause like.
What if she gives it to you?
Well, yeah. I'd be like, okay, you got me. You got, like, if you got me, like if you could prove, because here's the thing: there's things women know about other women that I don't know, and there's things about I know about men that women don't know.
Yeah.
So if I tell, so the same way you're like, if a woman, I'd be like, all right, maybe like I'm just blind to that. But if I'm like, yo, homeboy is wild, and I would hope the synergy is the same. You would, so as long as like if she was adamant, like yes, this girl has bad vibes for XYZ, I'd be like, fuck it.
Without meeting her though.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta trust intuition. Sometimes.
No, I feel that.
If that is your Beyonce. Just
Yeah,
making
for
sure.
sure. But I'm talking about like,
If that's not your Beyonce, don't be doing that just for anybody.
Like, I'm not talking about like any female friend. I'm just talking about like your best friend.
Whoa, that would be tough. Cause like that's
I was at that point. It's like if y'all never met. I'm like, oh no, Slim, I need you to bring us. I gotta bring you around, Slim.
That's a good point. If they
like,
never,
I need you to see how we interact. Like that's a nigga.
if my Beyonce,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
hold on, what's a best friend? Give me a name for a best friend. A female male best friend relationship.
Ain't too many of them. They
Oh,
be
New
fucking in
Girl.
Hollywood.
They were friends in New Girl.
New Girl.
Jess and
Schmidt.
there we go. Jess and Schmidt.
She was more so friends with Bishop.
Nah, she was friends with Schmidt and Bishop. She was only fucking other cuz.
She was fucking with Nick because
Yeah,
that's
she was
his best
fucking Nick.
friends.
Yeah.
Nick and Schmidt are best friends.
New girl like
But
that.
my point
Nah,
was,
New Girl my shit.
I fuck with New Girl.
New
Jess,
Girl my
Jess,
shit.
it was good. And then they had the thing where they brought in my girl Megan. What's the white
Yeah.
Megan?
Trainer?
No. Who's dating Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah.
She's very
Fox.
Fox.
fine. Very good.
She got terrible thumbs though.
Who cares? She's very fine. Yeah, she does have weird thumbs.
She got the what's her name thumbs.
Yeah, it's like
Annihilator
nubs. Yeah, she got the nubs.
Yeah.
She got the nubs. But she's very fine.
Yeah,
She wears like nails though.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Why
for
not?
sure, but it's,
I hope so.
it don't look right on them
Yeah.
dumbass thumbs.
But listen,
though.
the point
not right.
the point being that Schmidt and you're right, were good friends of hers. But that's a good so like
But with her and Winston connected, it's just like
yeah, okay, but that was a little racism there, but we're not gonna do that. But my point is that if
or was it because the black guy just connects with everybody?
racism,
I
yeah.
don't know the show.
But
You
once
didn't watch
again,
it?
I couldn't get into it.
it's okay.
Okay.
Schmidt, watch it. It's good vibes. Just
Nah, Schmidt my guy, even though he's a
point nonetheless. My greater point is that if that is her Schmidt, I would respect it.
had to clean that up.
If it was the Nick, then it would be like, you're a nasty worker. Why are we doing this? But if that was her Schmidt, I'd be like, yeah, I can respect it. That's all I'm saying. There's levels to this male-female friendships.
It really is.
Like,
Touché.
like some Barney Stinson, what you call his wife? How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
What's his wife?
you guys are really into daytime TV.
Oh, I love it.
Motherfucker, no, we're into these shows. I wouldn't say they.
Lily, there we go. Lily and
Yeah,
Barney? Like,
yeah.
that'd be some chill shit. Like, if you...
That would not be chill, because he's asking to see her titties all the time.
Yeah, but he's super not going to.
Chuck.
It's very good
Come
vibes.
on.
You're not asking to see
listen.
my wife titties
Here's the thing.
every Wednesday.
If you've always been asking to
And
see
then
her
we have
titties from the jump,
And then we
it'd
have
be different.
And then we have
No, you can't know.
And then we
If
have
you're always asking to see the titties, how I mean, like,
And
and,
then we-
I know you've been
and
asking.
then we gotta
Marshall has been knowing this.
and then we got
It's
a
not
slap
new.
bet. And
All right,
it's
how
just
about
like,
Big Bang Theory? Rajesh.
I ain't watched that.
Oh, that's my shit. Rajesh and
That's a little too nerdy for me.
good shit. My point is that it can work.
I'm a nerd,
It can
but
work.
I ain't that nerdy.
It can
man.
work. I think the male-female phrase can where all boundaries are respected.
I think so.
And you know, like let's be honest,
There's
like
no boundaries.
that's the thing. Do people know boundaries or do people like to poke boundaries?
Depends on what your intentions are.
Ooh.
You guys, like,
Yeah. We have to unpack these things.
Yeah.
You can't just live it on the surface.
I like it.
I think this is the thing about boundaries. And this is just an overarching conversation.
You gotta make them up front person.
Things can change though. So let's say you are friends. Like people become lovers with their friends sometimes. Not all of them, but things happen over time. I've had me in my lifetime. Like someone who I was friends with, and now it's like,
Charles,
we're more than
You're about to
friends.
get married. Don't talk like this.
But but my point is that these things have happened in a lifetime. So
No,
I don't think
sure.
it's just like a binary like 1 or 0. But I do think there are levels.
And hold
taking a turn.
the fuck on.
Okay.
This is totally into a solo episode. He said things are not 1 and 0.
They're not?
Mr. Binary.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
are on record for saying things are 1 and 0.
No.
Wallahi, you are on record for saying things are 1 and 0.
Relax. I'm gonna explain myself.
Man, my lips on the mic right now. I ain't never put my face this close to the mic right now.
I did that earlier too. I was gonna mention it, but I'm glad you did. 'Cause
Yeah, a little
you're the first one.
uncomfortable. A little uncomfortable.
What I was going to say was that my binary thing was strictly about, and I have no problem saying this, if I would fuck someone or not. So that was my binary, 1 or 0. P can attest that that's my binary.
Shake my hand.
P, is that not my binary?
Yeah.
Thank you. And that's like 2012 me. This is a long time ago.
Charles. I redact my argument.
So that's my
from the record.
binary. I just want to make it.
I redact
My
my argument from the record.
binary is will I sleep with you or not? 1 or 0.
Okay.
That is my binary. There's other great parts in life, but like that, it's pretty yes or
And
no.
that's crazy because you sleeping with somebody, the outcomes of sleeping with somebody is pretty.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't say I'm a good decision maker all the time, but I think when I do make good decisions, I make pretty good ones. So that's how I'm gonna justify that bad decision.
Alhamdulillah.
So then you have to justify bad decision making. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Not at all. As you can see, that's how we do the podcast.
I'm here for the banter, guys.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is good vibes.
It is. It's great.
Oh, all right.
Damn, this was a good episode.
We're finishing by you looking into the camera, and you just tell them anything you want. You tell them, you speak from your soul.
Nah, for sure. Plug yourself. Tell them what's up next. Tell them where they could reach you at. You know what I'm saying? It might be some job opportunities in this plug right here.
Okay. Yeah,
It could
sure.
be somebody reaching out to you, asking you how they can get into the industry.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It might be
Yeah.
somebody to just be like, hey, I'm lost right now. How did you figure out what you was going through? You never know.
Great.
So it's on you, man. So what you trying to do? Tell the people.
We started back up. Got it.
Yeah, look into that camera
Okay.
and tell them what you want to tell them.
All right. Well, first, thank you guys for having me. This has
course.
been a great experience. This
I
is
appreciate you
great.
for coming. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
She brought Bel Air.
Yeah, I did. It's
So
all about
Bob.
the champagne. So yeah, my name's Shevonne. It's been nice chatting with you guys. You can reach me at Shevonne.com. I'm open if anyone wants to chat. Not like the actual .com. I don't have that. There's someone named Shevonne Sullivan who has that, but it's on my Instagram. I just wanted to be clear. My heart and mind is always open. If anyone's interested of talking, getting some advice, I'm always here to listen to advice.
She's a lovely person. It's been my
Thank
friend
you.
since like 10th grade
Yeah, we've been
year.
friends for a long time.
She's an amazing person,
For sure.
and don't let her be modest about her vibes. She's amazing and great, and that's why she's here because
Thank you.
she told great stories.
She's
and
a gracious soul.
now you guys know more about the
Stop.
industry because of her. Be thankful.
Great.
Support black women.
Nah, for real, you put me
Always.
onto the whole PA industry and all that. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So,
All those jobs
a
out
lot
there.
of knowledges.
A lot of
Yeah.
jobs out there for you guys. Hit me up.
Facts, little known facts.
Know what I'm saying?
Talking to Charles.
I introduced Marcus
What's up from
to
there?
Chuck. Like, look at that.
Look at
And now we have ism, high codes, hazy thoughts, all that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look,
if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for you,
you would not ever get
God
this.
damn it.
I would like
If it wasn't for this lady right here, you wouldn't have this.
10%. Y'all gonna be fucked up of everything.
First of all,
Fact.
we butterfly effect, but we can negotiate. If you do some work on us on the back end.
Of course, only if you're honest about what you're
Man, we do good business over here. I don't know what you heard about these other DC businesses and Maryland DMV businesses, but we do good business over here.
Always
No,
taking
Luke, I
shots.
didn't mean it that
fuck
way.
that.
I mean, if you're honest with yourself and us when we have these conversations.
If I'm honest with Allah, I'm honest with me.
There it is. There it is.
There's
This
your
is
plan
great.
and there's
This is
God's
great.
plan.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Oh, man.
Make some noise for Shevonne fucking Goree.
Woo, thank you guys. This is so much fun.
We have to do
Wow.
a drop now, so you have to walk.